I've waited 100 years, and I'd wait 1,000,000 more for you. Nothing prepared me for the privilege of being yours would do. If I had only felt the warmth within your touch, if I had only seen how you smile when you blush, or how you curl your lip when you concentrate enough, I would have known what I was living for all along.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Morning Coffee. That intro music was by Brittany Taylor, and I am your host, Rick Alexander. And today, I want to talk to you about what's holding you back. But more specifically, I want to talk to you about why that might actually be your superpower. And you know what? I hate using buzzwords. I hate using words like superpower and authenticity and all of these words that are thrown around in the personal development space. But while I'm still figuring it out, I'm still figuring out my own vernacular and way to attack this space. That's just going to have to suffice. All right, so I'll give you guys an example of exactly what I'm talking about right here. So my whole entire life have struggled with insomnia. Like, I will not sleep, and it's not because I'm not tired. There were moments in my early 20s, there were weeks in my early 20s where I worked out more hours a day than I actually slept, and that's a no-shitter. I did it like a bunch of times because for me, my insomnia is so extreme that I would literally lay there until my alarm went off, and I would do it for multiple days in a row. And anybody that knows struggles of the psyche are not improved by frustration. In fact, they are made worse. And my insomnia would always stem from the fact that I would always be thinking about all of the things I needed to do. I'd be planning my next workouts. I'd be thinking about work. Anybody that's not slept, you plan your entire life out. And I do all the things. I would do sleep hygiene. I would set my bedtime at the same time every single night. I would turn off electronics. I would follow every single thing that I was told to follow. But there were just times where it felt like my mind was so much stronger than me. It was like there was nothing I could do to go to sleep. Now, like I said, for the longest time, I would curse this ability. And so I had this realization in my first 200-mile race. After I had finished it, I was sort of reflecting on the whole experience. And because a lot of people are like, wow, I can't believe you did that. And I'm like trying to think about like, how the fuck did I do that? Because it kind of went by in a blur, and I was kind of a zombie because, I didn't sleep the whole entire time, and I was hallucinating and all these different things. And I got thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? The same mind that I have so much trouble controlling at night, that's so strong-willed, it will not stop the gears turning, is the same mind that's so damn strong-willed that it will not quit in a 200-mile run. And what I realize is every single superpower that we have, every single positive thing in our lives has a shadow side. And so my question to you is, what are the things that you feel like are holding you back that are about your personality, that are these like sort of quirks, but how might they be your superpower as well? Or how might they just be a shadow side to a bigger superpower? There also comes a moment where you have to have gratitude for the things that you are capable of and the things that you can do in this world. And then you have to sort of get a little bit of perspective and realize that you can do really incredible things, but those things are not going to come without collateral damage. Anger is another one of those things. Anybody that's ever struggled with anger before, you know how demanding that is physiologically and how awful it is because of the friggin' ridiculous parking spot it takes up in your whole being, right? In your soul, it feels like. Anybody that struggles with anger, it's like slamming on the gas and slamming on the brakes at the same time in your mind. Might there be a way to channel that? I talked to one guy who is a CrossFit Games athlete, and he said he literally comes up with a new persona when he steps on the field. He's created this person to channel his anger and to channel his aggression. And so when he steps, it's a Jekyll and Hyde scenario. So when he steps on the field or the arena or up to the barbell, he takes that person that is so fucking mad and he puts it into that barbell. Now, I don't know like what you're struggling with or the things that hold you back or the things that keep you up at night. But I do know that the fact that you're listening to this, the fact that you are here now, the fact that you care about yourself means that you have the ability to dig deeper than most people. You have the ability to sort of peel the layers back in your psyche, and it might not be quick. It might not be obvious. I know how frustrating a shadow side can be because I deal with them on a daily basis, but I've also come to the realization that these shadows, these things that I struggle with, are also the things that help me perform at a really high level. The reality is my biggest struggle is figuring out a way to channel those things. One of the things I talk about a lot, I talk about it in my book, I talked about it on an older episode, is, when really, really tough things happen to us in our lives, one of the things that we should always think about that's really changed my life is, why is this happening for me, or how is this happening for me and not to me? Because it takes you out of the victim mentality. You should do the same thing with your shadow sides and with your struggles and with the things about your own psyche that you can't really get a grasp on. How might those things be beneficial for you? How might the things that hold you back actually be a superpower? And how can you leverage that in order to get where you want to get in the world? Look, the world can be super complicated. And sometimes we get frustrated because we have a very limited understanding in an infinitely complex universe. And so we can't see all of the pieces. We can't see all of the parts. And so there has to be this sort of moment where you actually have faith in your abilities and in yourself and in the universe. And I know that sucks. A lot of people that are very materialistic don't like to hear you have to have faith. But what else do you have in this world? And so, yes, you can be straddled with a psyche that you don't understand, with a mind you don't understand. But that's not a good enough reason to not try to fine tune it, in my opinion. If you look hard enough, if you ask yourself enough, how might this thing be beneficial to me? I guarantee that an answer exists. Now, for the naysayers, for the people that say, no, fuck that, this is just a ridiculous thing that I have to deal with, you can be right. That's the beauty of this whole thing. You are right. But if you find an answer, if you apply it to your life, you're going to be correct in that way as well. See, it's our perspective on every single situation, on every single thing that we go through, which is going to be the chief motivator and the thing that decides whether that thing that we're going through is effective or successful in the long term. It's always our perspective. We're going to be right no matter what. We're always authoring our existence. I talk about this all the time. And so in light of that, if you know you're going to be right, start figuring it out. Start finding a reason why the things that are holding you back might actually be able to be leveraged in order to be who you want to be in the world. It's not a very complicated topic, but the idea itself, actually doing that work, can be really complicated.
Hopefully this helps. Hopefully this insight will serve as a catalyst for you to do a little bit of deep work, a little bit of thinking into your own life. And if you can use mine as an example, well, fuck, that's what I'm here for. I love you guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow on Morning Coffee.
I've been trying to find this vibe for a long time. Always seeming like it's coming on its own time. But it feels so good, ain't gonna lie. My ride or die, feels so good, ain't gonna lie. Now that last goodbye, all the way up and you can't take this. Cause it's feeling so real that you can't fake this. But it feels so good, ain't gonna lie. My ride or die, feels so good, ain't gonna lie. Now that last goodbye, we ain't never gonna quit. We ain't never gonna quit it, boy. We ain't never gonna quit. We ain't never gonna quit it. Always trying to chime me. The temperature be rising. I could've sworn that you be psychic. 1-800. You push my buttons, I'm like Tyson. Been years since I felt like this. So blessed. Gonna ask if you can stay. For the rest, I'm alive cause I need you. Real real joy in my life. Yeah, yeah, I need you, just be you. We ain't never gonna quit. We ain't never gonna quit it, boy. Nah, we ain't never gonna quit. Nah, 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 we ain't never gonna quit it. Every day's a gift, just take it as it comes. Embrace it through the mist, weather, rain or sun. Every day is a gift, you got air up in your lungs. Be grateful, rain or sun. Every day's a gift, just take it as it comes. Embrace it through the mist, weather, rain or sun. Every day's a gift, you got air up in your lungs. Grateful, rain or sun.